The church was really in a shambles. And as I think back, I'm wondering why I was even here, because it was certainly something we should have wanted to run away from.
We had really gotten into some desperate situations. He came to visit. We were very excited, gave us hope.
I was afraid that once he found out more information about the church and the situation that we were in, he would go running for the hills.
He was so different from what we had before.
We kept saying, but we can't pay you. We didn't have anything to offer them. I mean, really, we were just desperate.
I just wasn't sure he was the right guy.
We didn't know if it would be a good fit for them. We kept trying to talk them out of it.
I have in my hands, believe it or not, Pastor Keith's original resume that he submitted to the pastor search committee. The resume is impressive. When we received it, there was no doubt in our mind that Pastor Keith was the right man for the job if he wanted the job.
It was exciting. We had been without a pastor for quite a while, and we needed someone to bring the church alive again.
When Pastor Keith was hired, we couldn't even afford to pay a meager salary to him, so we had to go to the state board. So we were really just a small group of people who had clung on believing God, but our church was in despair.
One of the things that Pastor Keith talks about is I was one of the ones that actually didn't vote for him.
Through that process, we just saw God continuing to work, and as we believed, things that we could never accomplish on our own, He made a way.
It just goes to show that we may think we know what we're doing, but in reality, God's in control.
Wow, I just think it's just powerful now. Spirit-led now, just a lot of blessings going on.
There was maybe 40 people at a service before he came, and now we're getting over 300, so the outreach has been fantastic.
We saw great modern-day miracles. We saw a lawsuit turned over where the daycare owner was trying to sue us, and instead we were awarded $100,000.
Just the fact that we're in this church today is a living testament to what's happened in the past 15 years.
Pastor he's genuine, and when you think about a pastor, a pastor's job is to care for the sheep, and that is something that we saw in Pastor Keith. He really cares for the sheep. You can call him whenever, and he'll answer, and to me that's huge. And like my wife said, that's how we picture Jesus to be. He cared for his sheep, and that's how Pastor Keith has been for us.
The moment he stepped off the pulpit the first day, and we shook his hand and we said, look, we're new here. I mean, he never forgot about us. He just kept saying hello, saying our names, our kids' names. He learned our kids' names. I forget some of the times.
When we first came, he remembered us and welcomed us back every week and knew our face right away.
The unity of the people is really important. Yes, it is. And it becomes your family, especially in Florida where a lot of people don't have relatives living nearby. This is your family, and the church should be your family.
Every time I know a person, I always tell them, you need to meet PK, you need to meet Pastor Keith. He's so humble. You get it. You will get the message, because I didn't get it before, but I get it now. But it's like he speaks our language.
He's a great leader. He follows up, he inspires, he reaches out, he, gives love to everyone. He doesn't separate. There's no separation between, gender, race, color. Everyone appears to be his equal. He respects everyone.
He has such a tender heart. When he said he cried at the orphanage, he cried. He just was so overtaken by the poverty and the despair that was in the orphanage. So that's the kind of man he is.
And I remember we were doing some hard work in Honduras, man. And usually a pastor is not the one that, stands right next to you working hard. I mean, we were doing some hard work, like, just breaking stones and laying cinder blocks and mixing cement. And, the whole time, man, he was there, right next to us, right with the guys, working just as hard as we are. And, that impacted me, that leading by example. That's what I love about it.
You can't come here and not get engaged.
It's a real place with real people. I don't feel like there's a facade. There's a lot of people wearing masks. You know, it's come as you are, you know, love you as you are, accept you as you are, but we're going to challenge you to be better.
The services are without a doubt uplifting.
It's just a family. The Bible teaches that the body of Christ is made up of many parts, and all those parts are connected to Christ. And you feel that here.
I think the church is made up of really friendly people and the most generous church I've ever been to in my entire life.
I love this church. I love the family that it is to me. I love how my children have grown up in this. I love the relationships I have. I love the knowledge and wisdom that I learn each Sunday that I'm here.
His messages, it's very inspiring. It keeps us grounded because, you know, you go through so many different things at work and out of work. So I could actually remember and say, okay, remember what Pastor Keith said. You know, and I strive to do my best and to help others in the process so I could actually go and share what he teaches to some of my coworkers, and it really helps them as well.
You walk out of a service and you feel inspired for the week, and you feel like going out and outreaching and doing something.
Once in a while he'll give us a challenge, you know, to reach out to a neighbor or do something that we're not comfortable doing, and he does that a lot. He really does push us to reach out to other people and try to get them to know the Word.
He's a good shepherd. He really cares about us sheep that are so stupid sometimes, but I can't say enough about him. He just really, really cares.
It's an honor to be part of this church and an honor to celebrate Pastor Keith and Nora and their 15 years of faithful service.
So many miracles have occurred here, and you know, if you're new to this church, you better strap in, get ready, because more miracles are on the way.